it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like.
Alright guys, as the summer season starts to end, it really just starts to get slow till September basically. I honestly, Birth of the Dragon, yeah, it's not a movie that I was intended to see. My dad saw an ad for this movie on Facebook, so he wanted to watch it, and yeah, let's just review it, might as well. I got shit ton of movies to review, so let's just get this one over with. Basically, it's kind of a biopic of Bruce Lee and how he trains people in the U.S., martial arts and all that. And he basically kind of challenges Wong Jackman, I believe it was, who to basically kind of he challenges him to like fight against him. And the movie was supposed to be about that, but instead it's about someone else aside from Bruce Lee. Yeah, I don't know what the story even was for this movie exactly. Again, I didn't know what to expect from this movie, so walking into this movie, all I wanted was at least some very entertaining martial arts, type scenes, or, just a very entertaining movie overall. I know I mentioned that this was supposed to be like a biopic, but being honest, it doesn't feel like a biopic. It just feels like kind of a made-up story just tagging along with a biopic. It just would have been much easier to just do a biopic instead of actually adding fictional points onto this real story that really did not work at all. To begin with, the acting actually isn't all that bad. I believe that's Bruce Lee's son who plays Bruce Lee, so he did a good job. I think he actually kind of tried and actually in fact kind of cared. But, sadly, the movie just didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. But at least we have his performance, and it wasn't anything great. But his performance in this movie is something I could consider good. And I can say the same for the guy who plays Wong Jackman, which, again, both these guys, they're just the best actors in this movie. Everyone else is just bleh, I guess. Now, like I said, it doesn't really focus all that much on, this fight as much as they said it would. It focuses on a very made up character who's a student of Bruce Lee, and his name is Steve. And the movie basically just focuses on him, and it's such a mess. The story has to rely on that one made up character to actually tell its story. The movie focuses way more on him. In fact, about 60% it focuses more on him, and the other 40% it's just about, Bruce Lee in the fight, but again, it's just not what I expected at all. Which then just kind of makes for a boring movie, and it's only an hour and a half, and it felt like 2.5 hours. I kid you not, even Terminator that I saw after that felt way faster than this movie. The writing is laughably bad, and it's just lazy all around throughout the movie. It's just a huge mess how they tried to set up the movie. It just doesn't make sense, and it's very slow. Again, it's boring, and I just don't really see how they thought this was gonna work. Luckily, we kind of get a old school type of martial arts scene towards the end, which is a lot of fun to watch, and it's one of the best things in the movie aside from the two main actors. And from there, I mean, it doesn't really make the movie any better, but at least it just kind of it's just a lot more fun to watch. But again, it just doesn't save the movie, even though those scenes were a ton of fun to watch. Honestly, those scenes with the martial arts is probably the only reason why I would ever watch this movie again. Guys, in the end, I never really cared for the story or any of the characters except for Bruce Lee and Wong Jackman. I guess that those martial arts scenes in the end of the movie just kind of slightly saved this movie, but it's still a bad movie. I need to give this a negative score. I think that this is definitely a time loss, and that's why I'm gonna give this movie a D+. I'm sorry, I just can't recommend this movie, especially to those who love Bruce Lee. This movie's gonna upset you. I cannot recommend this movie to you. I cannot recommend wasting your hard-working money on such a lazy movie. I guess if you come across it one day on TV, I guess you could just watch the last 30 minutes, the only parts that you really need to see about this movie, because those are the entertaining parts and everything else you just won't care for. But anyways, have you guys seen this movie? Have you guys seen it? What did you guys think about it? Please like and subscribe. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.